So when I was 12 years old, I asked my mother for a gym membership for Christmas. She got me one, and that gift changed my life, and it was the start of a lifetime of love of fitness. But because I'm not that smart, there's some other healthy habits that I didn't start until much later in life. And I wish I could go back in time and talk to little Alpha and be like, yo, Alpha, do this, because you're gonna be even more awesome when you're an old dude like I am now, which is 45 years old. Today, guys, I wanna go over some healthy habits that I wish I started sooner. So the first healthy habit that I wish I started sooner was to stop smoking weed and also drinking alcohol in excess. All right, these are two different things I'm gonna talk about real quick. So marijuana, I never was like an everyday type of smoker. I would smoke occasionally, but it was a weekly thing. And what I found is that when I would smoke, I would get kind of paranoid. I would also get lazy, and I would also eat a lot of shit. And I started to get fat. I got up to 180 pounds, right? I had dimples in my ass. I had cellulite in my stomach. And I'm like, yo, I gotta stop. And part of that was to stop not only eating shitty, but also stop smoking weed. The other thing that I didn't quit until later that I wish I did, I wish I stopped sooner, was drinking alcohol. I used alcohol as a crutch. Right, I've talked about that openly. I've gotten DUIs. I've slept with people I shouldn't have slept with. I have woken up more times than I can remember without remembering, which is the problem. I would drink to get blackout drunk because I was trying to deal with my inner demons. You know, it wasn't until I decided, you know what, I'm gonna quit chewing tobacco or nicotine, which was something else I wish I stopped sooner, that I was able to actually stop drinking. What happened was something amazing. Not only was I finally, for the first time, able to officially quit, I haven't literally had any nicotine in probably about 10 years now, it also allowed me to stop drinking. And from this point, everything got clear. Everything got amazing. Everything in my life got better. I made more money. My relationship was better. I felt better. I didn't feel like shit. I looked better. Everything got better. The third healthy habit that I wish I started sooner was investing. You know, I thought that I needed a ton of money. I thought that I needed to know a lot, and it scared me, right? And unfortunately, I didn't start as soon as I should have. I waited, and the amount of money that I lost as a result of that is unfortunate. You know, good news for you. You guys are exposed to a lot more in terms of investing, a lot more information. You've got the internet. I didn't grow up with that. And so I think and I trust that you are probably smarter than me. I know that there's a lot of FOMO in terms of cryptocurrency and NFTs and all these things. Be safe. The fundamentals are still sound, and they also still work. Which brings me to something else, another healthy habit that I wish I started sooner, and that is protecting myself financially. I had my identity stolen a few times. I've had my bank accounts hacked into. You know, it's no surprise because, you know, whether or not you realize this, identity theft is one of the fastest growing crimes in the world. You know, what I ended up doing was signing up for the company LifeLock. At the time, it was good. I recently switched to the company Aura, which is better. They're today's video sponsor. I'm going to link to them down below. They are the best. Imagine the feeling of you trying to log in your bank account, your crypto account, and realizing that somebody has changed your password and has stolen everything out of your account. Every single one of you should have credit monitoring and fraud protection, like must have. It's not like optional. At this point, we are doing so much online that if you do not, guys, you're not going to know whether or not your information has been compromised. And if it does, you know, trying to solve the problem or fix it can be a nightmare. And that is where Aura comes in. It's about protecting yourself. And right now, guys, they've got an offer for you, 2 weeks absolutely free. I'm going to link to it down below. You can see if your information has been compromised. Guys, mine's been compromised and used multiple times. And the thing that I love so much about Aura is that it's everything under like one roof. With Aura, you get identity theft protection, fraud monitoring, a VPN, password management, and antivirus software, all combined into one easy-to-use app. Aura is constantly scanning and monitoring the dark web for your information, your name, your password, your social security number. And if it sees something, guys, they let you know like super quick. And that's the reason why, one of the reasons why I switched to Aura from LifeLock. Everything with Aura you can combine. You can link bank accounts. And so it's a lot faster. With Aura, you're going to get notified up to 4 times faster than their competition. And when it comes to identity theft, guys, every single second matters. It's free. Gentlemen, it is free to sign up. 2-week trial, give it a try. You literally have nothing to, actually you have a lot to lose. You have everything to lose when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your security, because if somebody gets your information, they can do incredibly bad things. You know, for me, a few things that happened. Somebody opened up a cell phone in my name, right? Not the biggest deal, but a pain in the ass to fix. Something else they did was actually log into my bank account. I literally tried to log into my account and I couldn't get in. I'm like, wait, this is weird, right? And at that moment, I knew something was wrong. And there's no worse feeling than when you realize that, uh-oh, this is bad. Guys, hit that link down below and get started today. A 14-day free trial to see if your or a family member's information has been compromised and is out there on the dark web. Guys, protect yourself. Do not wait. You got to go through that link in order to get the free trial. But I'm telling you, Aura is amazing. After the trial, you're going to stay. You know why you're going to stay? Because it's crazy affordable. And the peace of mind and security that you get from knowing that you're protected is incredible. Guys, do not wait another day. Now is the time. Hit that link. Get started today. 14 days free. Get started now. The next healthy habit that I wish I started sooner was to identify the toxic, shitty people in my life who didn't deserve me and get them the hell out. You know, I did a video talking about this before, and it's embarrassing to admit. It's embarrassing to admit that I've allowed myself to be treated poorly. It's embarrassing as a man to admit it. It's embarrassing just in general. I let a girlfriend cheat on me. Was okay with that for a while. Dated her for like 5 years. The damage that she did to my self-esteem and my ego was pretty bad. I once again had to take control, and I went to therapy like I've talked about before. Something else I had to do was identify friends that I had that weren't worth my time or my energy. It's okay to lose people. You've got to understand that it's okay to outgrow people. You're going to outgrow people, and you need to lose people if you're ever going to be successful, if you're ever going to be happy. If there's somebody in your life that you can identify as toxic, that makes you feel worse about yourself as opposed to better, you need to get them the fuck out of your life. Which brings me to another healthy habit that I wish I started sooner, and that is standing up for myself. You know, I'm not trying to like whine and bitch and say that I had it the worst. I know a lot of people had it much worse than me, but for me, growing up with some abusive stepfathers that emotionally like beat me down, I lost my ability to stand up for myself. It wasn't until I was in my 30s that I finally basically learned to say no and stand up for myself. I allowed people to take advantage of me. I allowed people to walk all over me for the majority of my life. It wasn't until I finally was like, you know what? What the fuck am I doing? If I ever want to be happy, if I ever want to be successful, I've got to take control of me. I was so worried about not being liked. I was so worried about upsetting people that it affected every single aspect of my life. But when I finally learned the habit and the healthy habit of saying, no, you can't, no, I won't, no, I'm not going to, that's when everything in my life got better. The next healthy habit that I wish I started sooner was taking more risks and not being scared to fail. You know, for so long, I was so scared to put myself out there, whether or not it was relationships, whether or not it was businesses. I was scared. I was scared to fail. I was scared of what people would say if I told them I was trying and it didn't work out. Well, once I failed, once I actually exploded my business and I was devastated, bankrupt, and driving a beer cart, failing actually allowed me and freed me to go after things that I never dreamed possible. The next healthy habit that I wish I started sooner was forgiving people that hurt me and letting it go. It's not that I forget. It's not that it excuses their bad behavior. But for me, I was so consumed by this feeling of anger and resentment and, oh, what happened to me, right? When I finally decided, you know what, stupid? If you want to be happy, you got to let it go. You got to realize and forgive people for being human. You know, I've said this a bunch of times. We oftentimes are collateral damage on other people's shit in other people's lives. True happiness and growth comes when you decide that you're going to put yourself first and you're going to do whatever it takes to be happy. And for me, one of the things that it required was for me to forgive people that hurt me, the people that I didn't need to keep in my life, I got rid of them. But it's about acknowledging it, not forgetting what happened, but compartmentalizing it, realizing that, you know what? You're still alive. You got to stop blaming other people for where you are in life. And if you want to get somewhere, you got to make it happen. You've got to do the work. You've got to go. You've got to be the strong one. It's up to you to make it happen. And guys, don't forget, hit that link down below and go sign up for the free 2-week trial of Aura and see if your information or your family member's info has been compromised. It's about protecting yourself, not only now, but in the future.